When you feel like something is seriously wrong with your life, it's time to celebrate. It means that your way, the way that you've been approaching life, isn't working. It isn't cutting it. It isn't fixing this problem of you not feeling happy. What you're ready for, what you're really craving, what you're wanting more than anything else, is to connect back to the divinity that is within you. It's time to make that journey inward, to return home. There is nothing more important than this journey, than this discovery of your true self. In this video, I'm going to discuss the various ways in which we block ourselves from knowing our own divinity. I'm also going to discuss the reasons why we do this. And lastly, I'm going to tell you about the hidden superpower that each one of us has that allows us to effortlessly connect back to source. But before I begin, if at any point you find that this video is helpful, then please like and subscribe so more people have access to this information. Lightweight champion of the world. If you had to carry a 1 pound weight on the top of your head for 1 minute, it wouldn't be a big deal. But if I asked you to carry a 1 pound weight on the top of your head for 1 hour, then you might not like it so much. Now, if you had to carry that weight for 1 whole day, you probably wouldn't like it at all. This analogy of carrying a weight on the top of our head is no different than all of the things that we decide to hold on to that don't serve us. It's akin to standing there and asking somebody, give me more weight, and then putting this weight on top of you and doing that over and over and over again. I've worked with clients who are in their 80s who refuse to forgive someone who passed on, who isn't even alive anymore. They do not want to forgive and let go because once they do that, they will be putting down that weight. And that weight has become such a part of them. It's become their identity. It's who they are. They don't know who they are without that weight, without those stories. But the choice is yours. We always have a choice. You can put that down. You can put those weights down. You can take them off and put them down. You do not need to carry them anymore. Hocus, pocus, focus. Everything is energy. And when we take our awareness and we use it to focus on something, then we're taking that energy and we're concentrating it. We're amplifying it. We're making it larger than what it is. Just like the analogy of the 1 pound weight that I used earlier, we add more and more weight to whatever it is that we're focusing on. When we keep our sights, our awareness, our focus on all of the things that aren't working in our lives, then we're simply amplifying all of those things that we don't want. When we do this, we're playing it small. And what we're really doing is keeping God at a distance. Because there is nothing limited about God. There's nothing limited about the divinity that is you. We lose sight of the divinity that is within us when we identify with the things that we are not, which is all limitation. When we become attached to things needing to be a certain way, then we've blocked God and we've identified with illusion. Here's the thing, we are constantly focusing on something. So the key is to become aware of what it is that you're focusing on. I'm going to give you another analogy about focus. And I love this one because it so perfectly depicts the way that we focus and the frustration that we feel when we get more and more of what it is that we don't want. Imagine that you and me are sitting in a room. Let's say we're sitting in this room, and to my right is a painting. And to my left is a window, and outside of the window is a grapefruit tree. Now imagine if you were sitting across from me and I asked you, look at the grapefruit tree. It's right there. It's so beautiful. I want you to just look at it. And you said to me, well, I don't see the grapefruit tree. All I see is the painting. And I would say, the painting? Well, the grapefruit tree's right over here. And you'd say, yeah, but I don't see a grapefruit tree. I just see a painting. What's happening in this situation? It's very obvious. You are looking to the right and you're looking at a painting. And you're not looking to the left where the grapefruit tree is. This is exactly what we do in our own life. We're so focused. We have tunnel vision on the very thing that we don't want, or the very thing that's bothering us, or the thing that we're trying to get away from or suppress, whatever it may be that has our attention, and we're focused there, and we can only focus on that because it's bothering us. We don't have time to look elsewhere. But the thing is that all you're ever going to see is what you're focused on. In order to shift out of the state that you're not enjoying, you need to shift that focus onto something else. It's that simple. Now, this doesn't mean that you should deny what it is that you're feeling. What we need to do is learn to give things space by allowing them to be. And the best thing to focus on is your relationship with God. It is the easiest, simplest, fastest route to happiness, I promise you. Tell me sweet little lies. Most of us are in a perpetual state of settling for a relationship that doesn't make us happy, settling for a body that doesn't feel good, settling for a job that pays us less money. What we're really doing is we're looking to the outside world for validation, for comfort, to solve and fix all of these things that are making us feel less than, that in some way are not making us feel fulfilled. I don't know about you, but my experience has been that every single thing that I have gotten in my life that I thought was going to make me happy might make me happy for a period of time, and then I go back to feeling not so happy again, or that I'm on to the next thing that I need to get, to achieve, to become. And this has been true with literally everything in my life. Every big thing, having children, having a professional dance career, having a business that was successful. It doesn't matter what it was. It never fixed the problem of lasting happiness. It never does it for me. We're like addicts. We're just searching for more and more to get the next hit and the next hit. And the next hit has to be bigger than the previous one, or else it doesn't get us that high. The problem with this approach is that we're always waiting. We're always waiting for that thing to come. We're always waiting for the person to come, or the experience, or the event. We're always dependent on something else happening in order for us to feel good. Why are we waiting? What are we waiting for? Because it doesn't actually ever work. What if we simply stopped blocking ourselves from the very thing that creates everything? What stops us from feeling great, from feeling lasting happiness, is that we block ourselves from God. One of the ways in which we block ourselves from divinity is by our unwillingness to let go. Letting go, contrary to popular belief, is actually just allowing things to be, is being okay with what is. Not only being okay with it, but loving what is. That's real mastery. Doghead and Godcatcher. What you are is pure consciousness. You are part of the divine. That is what you actually are. You are not the stories that you think make up who you are. You are not the body that you think you are. Please don't think that you're a human being. You're a being having a human experience. When you forget what you are, then you become a human being. And you forget about the divinity that is you, that is God. We can choose to take our awareness and focus it wherever we want. And we do this by the use of our will. Our will is a superpower. It is a gift. It is one of the strongest things that we have access to. Your will, your intention, your decision to initiate action is yours, solely yours. You can decide who you want to be. You can decide if you want to be someone who's kind or you want to be someone who's mean. The choice is always yours. You are never a victim, ever, period. Realize this. You get to decide how you want to feel. No one makes you feel a certain way. No one makes you do anything. If they do, you still have the decision to decide how you want to feel. When we really start to get into the juicy parts, it's when we get to decide whether or not we want to identify with this little small bodily self, or we want to identify with the larger godlike divinity that we are part of. It's so important that we realize this. It's important that we go to the source, the root cause of our pain and our suffering. And that is our separation from God, from source. When we have a close personal relationship with God, we're going to the root, to the source of where we find happiness. Simply put, when we block ourselves from God, it's simply because we're not focusing on God. So in order to feel connected to God, we simply need to become aware of God. We need to focus our awareness there. Focus your awareness on feeling close to God, on thinking of God, on knowing God, on asking to feel close to God. Find the things that resonate with you. Maybe for you, God is a feeling of peace. Maybe it's a feeling of joy. Maybe it's a feeling of love, of wisdom. Maybe you're more like Mother Teresa and you notice the sparkle behind everyone's eyes as God. Find what works for you, but find it, because that's what you're after. It's like Jesus said, I and my Father are one. Get to that place where you feel so close to God, so connected, that it becomes your best friend. It becomes your mother, your father, your everything, your beloved. When you do that, how easy it will be for you to feel your own worth, to feel safe, for you to feel provided for you to feel that you always have everything that you need, for you to feel joy and wisdom and happiness and peace. All of those things will become effortless when you feel close to them, when you feel that you are one with them. I can remember the first time that I ever felt God, really felt God. And the moment that I experienced that, the moment that I tasted that piece of cake, I knew that I was never, ever, ever going to be happy with any other type of food. Once you taste that, you will never stop seeking it until it's yours. I love you all so much. Until next time, remember to let go. Let go of trying to be anything other than the truth of what you are.